All right, I'm just at the end of the 5:20 p.m. turn, and I think the writing may be on the wall for the Allied army of the Low Countries. The French continue to very effectively combine their infantry and cavalry on both flanks of the Allied line, just to continue to force back and harass and destroy so many Allied units. You can see behind the lines here a number of routed units. Stragglers, they're recovering from their rout pretty well, but stragglers slowly making their way up. There's a lot of command confusion among the Allies, particularly on the right-hand side, which I'll show you in a moment. Out on the left in this turn, the heavies once again got involved. You can see their exhausted and charged markers. The Brunswickers were forced into square by the Guard light cavalry. This is d'Erlon's corps launched another series of assaults, so again the infantry getting involved. Unfortunately, they activated early before the light cavalry, the Guard cavalry, so they didn't get a chance to charge those Brunswickers in the centre. But elsewhere, the French doing a lot of damage. You can see forcing in the light cavalry. The Allied light cavalry are just retreating in the face of that heavy French cavalry. The cuirassiers out on the left. In the centre, you can see the French Guards artillery have just punched a big hole along this ridge here, and out towards the west, Ray's corps. They all activated Foy, Bachelot, and Bonaparte. You can see now they've cleared out during the fire phase, some very good rolling, cleared out the last defenders of Hougoumont, and just one Guards unit left in I think they're in the orchard, just on the edge of the orchard there, but very weak. And this third division here of the First Corps is surrounded. Two of them are disordered, not much left there. And around the edges, Bonaparte and Bachelot's men continue to push forward with the help of the Third Cavalry Corps, and the French just not being able to put much of a fight. You can see a lot of disordered units there. Behind the lines, the Hanoverians have shifted out of the woods just behind the lines here to help out and stem the tide, and the Dutch Belgians are starting to rush out to their aid, leaving the right side of that flank unoccupied. Bar that those light dragoons out there. So that is the situation at the end of 5:20. As I said, British morale is now on to level 2. They get a -3 modifier. Lebeau's corps, I mentioned briefly earlier, are down to level 3. They have a -12 modifier, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens here with Lebeau. The Allies aren't even activating their cavalry in that area. There's just no point to it anymore. They need to watch what's happening elsewhere. The Prussians didn't do much that turn, bar suffer some more very heavy casualties to this French artillery. I mean, you have all these Prussian guns grouping together to fire on a single target, and they roll low time and time again. Luck just seems to be against the Prussians. They did disorder one of those French units out on the right of the line there, but in exchange, these Prussians are suffering heavy casualties below those stacks there. Some Dutch-Belgian Nassauer, I think, artillery was eliminated in this area. French artillery just has the upper hand. Wherever there's a artillery exchange, the French are winning it. Now the Prussians, you can see here, this is still part of 4th Corps on the left. They are preparing to strike against this part of the French line, and the heavies just were unfazed by this. They even considered countercharging the Prussians, but they thought they may as well continue in rolling up that left flank of the Allied line. I guess the good news for the Allies is they haven't suffered many more British casualties. Their centre still holds very firm. Those foot units there doing very well. There was one Guards unit eliminated that turn, but otherwise there shouldn't be too much deterioration of allied morale at the end of this coming 540 turn. I've just started to set up the activation markers for the 540 turn, and we'll report on that soon.